year, freshman guy, family group leader, that's what it was. And yeah, I'm here to just share my testimony with you. And so before I actually continue, I just wanted to share the main point of my message because I'm worried I'm going to forget about it later. So my entire life, I think, could be summed by this. I've kept my faith. I've kept the Christian faith because God has kept me, not the other way around. So it was God who kept me, not the other way. And I think that's what my entire that's what I want to show through my testimony. It's that He was faithful, not me. And because of that, I'm still here. And still a Christian, I'm still believing, and yeah. And so, yeah, my story isn't really crazy in any way. I didn't almost die, and God didn't appear to me in a certain way or anything. I grew up in the church, just Christian family. Both my parents are Christian, which is a blessing. And basically skipping my childhood because I didn't really do anything. But 6th grade, I think that's when God saved me. I think that's when my salvation actually happened, and I was baptized right then and there, pretty much in 6th grade. And then ever since then, strangely enough, I have had this desire. I was just oh, it would be kind of cool to be a pastor. Yeah, we'll see what happens there, but it hasn't gone away since, so I think it's going to happen. But the reason I bring that up is because after I was saved, things weren't, great. I wasn't, super holy or anything. In fact, it was rather the opposite. There was just a lot of sin. And because of that, there's a lot of confusion. Am I actually saved? Oh, do I really want to be a pastor? Who am I to even think that I can become a pastor? And there's just pressure in that. And then also because of that, there's just a lot of guilt. And it was just a very graceless, state of being. And it wasn't terrible, but it was bad. And over the years, I think I've lost a genuine love for God. I just felt guilty all the time, and there's just no grace, really. And because of that, I realized that I wanted to be holy so I didn't feel guilty. It was this, the way I think about it now is I wanted to be holy more than I wanted God. It wasn't because I love God, I want to be holy, but it was I just am sick of feeling guilty. I'm sick of not meeting the bar. And yeah, that was just pretty much just proceeded on throughout high school. And then I got to college, and it was exactly the same. Sin continued. Freshman year, I wasn't part of any ministry. Worst mistake. Join a ministry if you're a freshman. Stay committed to that ministry. But yeah, things just didn't really change too much. The thing is, when I joined RUF and Eddie, Eddie specifically really was trying to unbind the whole guilt thing that I just kept going and I just couldn't undo. And I honestly think that he was a really strong catalyst for the change that happened. And I'm very thankful for that. Just wanted to throw that out there. But I hit a point basically where I couldn't see God. It just didn't matter to me that much. It was just all fake. And I was reading this morning Psalm 40, David talks about how his iniquity is just so much, his sin is so much, he just can't see God. It's as many as the number of hairs he has on his head. That's how bad he found his sin. And I realized yeah, all these years of this and just this fakeness, not really loving God, but just wanting to be holy and failing and failing and failing and failing, ultimately it just led to I just couldn't see God. I was very much so blind. And not too long ago, actually, there was a moment I had where I was just God, screw you, I am done. I can't love you. I will choose sin. I have chosen sin. I'm choosing sin right now, and I just don't think you can. I don't think you can beat me. I don't think that I can actually love you, and you can convince me otherwise. it was actually really funny when that happened. Like I swear, like what God was telling me during that moment and what he said was, Caleb, I'm better than you. And I just like was very amused by that thought. Like, did you actually just say that? You know, and I told my friend about it, and it's just a very interesting way of like thinking about it. And I didn't know really what that meant, but I think God was just saying, just like, watch me work. I'm gonna do it, you know? And like after that, like strangely, like recently, that's like very recently, like I started to want God more. And it's weird because I didn't do anything. You know, like it's not my doing that I have this desire for God now. Like I want to read my Bible for some reason. You know, I want to love others. Like I want to love God, and like it's just like what, well, you know, why? And like I think what that is just that's His grace. Like He's moving. Like you know, it's all Him. And like I just like ask why, like why, and the answer is because He loves me, right? And I think He's been saying it like loud and clear throughout my whole life. Like out of all the years, like the fact that I haven't quit is indicative that God is holding on and that God's at work. And He's just been saying it, you know, through everything that's been going on. You know, I love you, Caleb. And you know, like now I'm here, and like I'm very convinced that trying harder doesn't work for me. Like trying to keep the faith more, like really like trying to strap myself into like a holy way of living, that just doesn't work. Trying harder doesn't work. But I realized what does work is surrendering and simply like receiving. You know, like receive what God has already done for you, that kind of thing. And it's the whole like juxtaposition of like doing versus receiving. You know, like the Christian faith, like the operative word of it, the way I understand it, is to receive. It's not to do. Like, that's what grace is. I think that's why Christianity is different from any other religion or worldview. Like, God did it all. Just receive. And, yeah, like, to be honest, like, things were pretty recent, and this is a very recent development. And so, like, I am still nowhere close to perfect, like, as obvious as that is, but, like, God is, and, like, now, I'm just very convinced that you'll finish what you started. Like, I'm seriously convinced that, and, like, I have this assurance now that, like, He's gonna just work on me, and He's never gonna stop, He's never gonna let go, and He's just gonna do it. And, yeah, like, that's it, like, He is faithful. Like, He is faithful, not me, I'm not, but, like, He is. And that's what I learned, like, throughout my life. Like, it's just Him, His grace, that's the driving force of it all. I just gave up. I was like, God, I can't. And I realized the thing to do was just receive, which is, like, not really doing anything. And, yeah, I guess, like, with that, the same God is your God, too. Like, He will finish what He started in you. Like, He is faithful. And I think, yeah, I just hope to convey that to my testimony. Oh, thanks.
Thank you very much, Caleb. And we'll be heading into small groups.